All right. All right. Sorry about that. I feel like we haven't done a show in forever. And I feel very unprepared when we miss a show. So uh, shout out to my man Byron in the house with his Trump 2020 early. Yep. That's the way to go. Anyway, let's jump right into it. We only got 30 minutes, and I know I usually start at 6:30, but I had a special request for an early show, so let's get right to it. So, as y'all know, uh, uh, Joe Biden got his vice president, uh, Kamala Harris. Um, I've been seeing a lot of mixed reaction. So, I usually have a whole program and stuff I wanted to do and talk about in regards to just what's going on. It is so much stuff to talk about. Um, you know, in regards to, we can talk about the post office and mail-in ballots. We can talk about, there's so much stuff going on, but this is giant news, saying having the ticket officially set. So it's important to talk about it. Byron said, he said, no, F them all. He said, I just hate Biden more because he is a secret racist. At least Trump opened with it. um, I guess so. I guess when you look at the positive, that could be a positive. I'm not going to discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. Like, I can't. If it's a secret, then you can't unequivocally say. So I can't. I can't really say. Angela said that she knew that he was going to pick her. She said, "No, I can't do no more. I can't do Trump 4 more years." Byron said, "Kamala Harris is the first black president to lose." And Erica, thanks for joining. She said, "I'd rather have him than Trump." Um, yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, we talked about this several times before in regards to the nominees and back when we were still in the primary time and people were giving their selection and why they would not pick Joe Biden and why they would pick whoever they was picking, which is completely understandable. Completely understandable. But we're here now. And like, what are you going to do? I hate when any election comes down to this the 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 least evil. You know what I'm saying? Um, when like that's not how elections should be. You know what I'm saying? Elections should be all about like who is the right person, not who is less of the wrong person. Um, so that's my problem in general. Like the system is completely screwed up. But anyway, um, so I'm interested in the people that's here. Um, what do you guys think of the selection? So I get it. Saying some people are going to say I'm voting for Biden no matter what, or I'm voting against Trump rather no matter what. But like, what do you actually think about the pick, like herself? Um, are you pro? Are you against? If you're pro or against, tell me why. Um, I'm just I'm curious because I've been seeing a lot of people say that they are not like some lady said Biden could have picked the skeleton from Tales for the Crypt and she still would have voted for him. You know what I'm saying? Which is funny. It's definitely funny and interesting and all that stuff. And I think that it's just a terrible way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious to see what people actually think about her as the pick herself. Angel said the least evil is exactly it. Um, why is this the best we have to pick from? It's the best we got to pick from because the system is broken completely. Like of course, influence is always a thing, but there was a time where the way the election is supposed to work is any given American is supposed to have the opportunity to become the president. But nowadays, it's become such a business, like so it's politic business to the point where like you have to be a millionaire or like you have to be at like a certain level of status in order to have any shot because you know how much advertisement costs around the country. So yeah, so your area might know you, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, the state of Ohio, maybe the Midwest. But you know how much money it costs to advertise in California and New York and Texas and all these places simultaneously, like all at the same time. You know how much it costs to travel, you know what I'm saying, to different states. And of course, this is why people do fundraisers and all that stuff, but you still got to have a certain level of influence or have a certain level of money to even get into it. So we keep getting this, you know what I'm saying, lesser or two evil situation when you're not even getting like the cream of the crop people. You're getting names for the most part that's been rehashed in some way, shape, or form in the political system for years and years and years. So that's a very long, drawn out question of that the real reason why it's the same cycle over and over and over. Andrew said, "I just have to repeat. Don't love the options, but Trump got to go." I agree with you. Byron said, "The president doesn't matter to me. They don't have an impact on me like a governor or mayor does." You're right. If people said that they were not going to, well, I don't want to say it don't have a issue on you because it does. Of course, it affects us all, but not to the level of a mayor or a governor or a county, a county board, um, the local sheriff office or whatever. Like that stuff does matter more. Like they hold more weight. But I mean, this pandemic is like a perfect example of when you don't have the top guy leading you properly, how shit can just go off the rails no matter the best intentions of the lower level people. So I agree with you for the most part, B, but to say that it has no effect, like no impact, is just not true. Erica said, I wouldn't have cared who you picked. She said, vote because we're voting for other things in the ticket. I agree. Um, a lot of people are not going to like Kamala Harris and, all the people she put in jail. The 1,900 people, the majority were black, of course, for marijuana convictions. And then went on a radio show and told everybody that she used to smoke weed in college and all this stuff. And, saying how it wasn't as bad or whatever after she put so many people in jail. I'm sure they're going to try to hit her up on that for sure. Byron said, what the hell that was? Byron said, plus that Harris want to take my pose, not happening. She doesn't represent black people, in my humble opinion, of course. I mean, I'm not going to deny her blackness, but like she's not like really like she's not like African American black. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I don't know, man. Like we ain't gonna never have no actual black candidate, like just straight black. Like you'll get the half black, half white Baracks. You'll get the half Indian, half Jamaican Kamala Harris, but you won't get like you know what I'm saying, the half Cleveland, half Alabama Ronald. You know what I'm saying? Getting nowhere near that office. So it's all a little. I don't want to say suspect, but it's all a little sleight of hand to me. But I mean, she did go to HBCU, which of course you don't have to be black to go to HBCU. She is in like a black sorority and all this stuff. So I'm assuming she checked enough boxes for people. And I don't think she represents black people either, but that don't mean that she wouldn't be, I guess, good on the ticket, I suppose. Andrew said they do represent our country to the world, though. Trump made us lose respect for of so many countries. He's a joke, not taken seriously. Then she says the president is the face of the country to the world, though. I agree. It's like running a company. You know what I'm saying? It's our company, the taxpayers, our company. But Trump is our, he's our employee. He works for us. he's our face of the company. So when we don't check our when we don't check our face of the company, who knows what they're out there doing? Who knows what the client is thinking about the company, because the face of the company is it's terrible. It's absolute trash. Um, so I agree with you there. I actually sent a post today. They were talking about certain countries in like the European Union, how they thought America was like this country that kind of had it all together for the most part, and like good structural integrity in a whole bunch of areas. This is completely exposed all that, including the lack of universal health care for all of our people, which is crazy. Erica said, after seeing how corrupt Trump's administration is, I don't even understand why Kamala is a debate. Vote blue or be asked out. Yeah, I ultimately I agree with you. Like, I don't think nothing's more important than getting Donald Trump out of the office. Um, Me and Byron disagree about this all the time. He always talking about somebody coming to take his guns. You know what I'm saying? The standard conservative answer, when not one person, you know what I'm saying? People talk that shit all the time on the election trail, all this stuff, but not one person. Now Barack Obama, when he said it, not Bill Clinton. Well, Bill Clinton's the only one that actually did something about it. He didn't take guns. He just made the sale of AR-15s illegal. And well, what do you know? We didn't have a bunch of school shootings. Now, before this COVID stuff, we had them all the time. So for you to say that wouldn't be a positive thing, I don't know. It's all about perspective and opinions and stuff. But when AR-15 was outlawed, we didn't have as many school shootings. I don't think it's as simple as that. I think it's a bunch of stuff to go with it, but it is a thing. But other than that, like, nobody's coming to get you. Like, Barack Obama said the same stuff. He never came and got nobody's guns. Like, conservatives and country whites been saying this shit forever, and it's just not a true thing. Like, it's just not true. So besides that, like, I don't know why you wouldn't be voting blue. Like, even if he was unsure on the Biden ticket, what has Trump did ever as a president that would make you say he deserved another 4 years? He might can turn it all around in the next 4 years. Like, what has he done to earn it? And I think that's nothing. And it's just like a fucking job performance interview or whatever, performance review. So you go in there and you trying to explain to people why you deserve. You trying to explain to your boss or whatever why you deserve to be kept around through your probationary period. And if you can't come up with a good enough, amount of stuff as like, I did this, and this, they're like, what are you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? So even people that's not unsure about the Biden stuff, Trump has done nothing to deserve another shot. And I don't want to hear that stock market shit, because I play the stocks all the time, and the economy is trash for the last year overall. Trash. And he just said, our face of the company is golfing all day, right? With Brett Favre without mask. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. While over 100,000 people has died. He's playing golf. It is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. People dying. I mean, hey, people gonna die. Shit, like, people die every day. B, like, what? Which one? You want me to feel sorry because people dying? It is what it is. That's what my man said. It's so ridiculous that we even talking about this guy as the president. It's crazy. Angel said he created a larger divide. Of course he did. That Charlottesville shit happened when Donald Trump started bigging up races and not denouncing anybody. Which, also, in case you keep them score, that was 3 years ago today. That's the Charlottesville, the white people, with the Nazi symbols and Confederate flags. 3 years today, if I'm not mistaken. So go figure. Samantha said he definitely don't deserve 4 more years. He don't. He didn't deserve these 4 years. I agree. I agree. Like you got to get somebody in there. My thing about 2016 is so now like all the big stuff is about who he picked as a vice president. So can anybody, without looking at your phone, can anybody tell me who was the vice presidential candidate in 2016 under Hillary Clinton? Anybody? If you can tell me without looking at your phone, uh, you win a prize or something. I don't know. Because I don't know nobody that know. I didn't know. I had to look it up. And when you know what I'm saying, so when I looked it up, I'm like, who the fuck is Tim Kaine? You know what I'm saying? Like one, who the fuck is Tim Kaine? Two, where is he at now? Like what do we do? Like who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like what position was he before he got nominated as a vice president? Like no one knows. You know what I'm saying? Like no one knows who Tim Kaine is. You know what I'm saying? And he was the vice presidential candidate. Like I don't remember offhand. I had a lot of stuff going on in 2016, but I don't remember any like, man, did you see the? And I like politics. Man, did you see the vice presidential debate? Man, Tim Kaine brought it. You know what I'm saying? Or like Tim Kaine didn't bring it, or like what? I never heard of this guy. That's like John McCain picking Sarah Palin. Like, who the fuck is Sarah Palin? Like, who are these random people that they picking? I feel like you just know that you're gonna lose when you start picking these random people. At least he was somebody that's been in the spotlight. Tim Kaine was the guy in 2016. I don't know what he did before. I damn sure don't know what he's doing right now. So you know, like at least he picked somebody that's relevant, not Tim Kaine, wherever the fuck he's from. Erica said, she said, "Oh, Trump isn't done yet. Just watch." Everybody said no because no one knows who Tim Kaine is. No one knows where he came from. Erica said, "I forgot." So I don't know what that means. You knew and then you forgot. I don't even remember him being on a ballot. Like you know what I'm saying? Who is that guy? Like no one knows. I don't know. Erica said, "We're traumatized from 2020 alone." That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think that's why it holds so much weight. Like, that's why this like, and I hate the celebrity. Like, oh, this election is the biggest one of our generation, and this, and this. But like, this is probably the first year where I really agree with it. Like, I really might agree with like, we probably should definitely do something. Like, the driver fell asleep at the wheel, and we're kind of just out here, um, slowly trying to keep it together, but no one's in control. Like nothing, the economy's not in control. The pandemic's not in control. Nothing. No one has a grasp of anything. Uh, which yeah, it have been bad in the past, but nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing like this. So we got all these scandals on top of pandemics, on top of Donald Trump got impeached. Like don't forget that part. Like that's important. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff, man. That's so crazy. Erica said I got flagged for a comment on here. What comment is that? Who flagged you? Somebody hating on you in the comments in the comment section. Who? What was your? Well, I guess you can't tell me what the comment was. Then you say something like "fuck Donald Trump" or something, or I'm interested. You might have to spell it out or send it to me in a message or something because I want to know. I want to know what you got flagged for. That's crazy. So sorry, I was ranting and we was just talking about stuff, but so back to Kamala Harris. It definitely would not have been my pick. I think she'll be a very good attorney general. I don't think she'll be a bad vice president, but I just think there were better options, and that's just my opinion. And I hope she proved me wrong. I hope she come out swinging and doing her thing. I do know it's going to be tough for. I'm sorry. It's going to be tough for Trump people to hit her how they would hit like somebody else. with all the people that she put in jail, you know what I'm saying? She like, what are you gonna say that? Like she friend with cops, like she like to put people in jail, put criminals behind bars. You know, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's going to say about her. Besides, she's a nasty woman, which is what he said about any woman in politics. Like, I don't care who the woman is. She's a nasty woman. Um, which is that's fine. If that's the worst you can do, then that's fine. Um, let me see. Erica said it was about 45. So I sit on one screen, but not on the other screen. Erica, you might have to go to the YouTube uh, stream and put it in there because I want to know what was said. I want to know. Angel said, "Really though, what does Pence do?" Um, I don't know. I don't know really what any vice president do besides be a just like an advisor and another advisor, I suppose. Because when Barack was in there, what did Biden do? I have no idea. Like he didn't have a. Even Michelle Obama had like a campaign or a slogan or whatever, but Biden, I guess he was just like an advisor, somebody to bounce some ideas and thoughts off of, and I guess that's it. Oh well, sorry, Mike Pence is in charge of. He's in charge of the Space Force, which is which is something. The Space Force and he's in charge of the coronavirus task force, which is something. I think that's it. I think that's what they do. Um, so nothing of importance. I guess is what I'm saying. Um, I don't know, man. I guess he's just an advisor, but I think on this ticket it will look nice. I think Kamala Harris is going to be 55. Um, is going to be 55, and Joe Biden is 78 or going to be 78. So it'll be a good contrast, at least going forward on uh, um, like issues and stuff. She'll be able to connect with younger people, I guess. Like being 55, I guess that means you can connect with younger people. I guess I don't understand the political logic in that, but that's what they say. But even if it's just a different perspective, where I think they can kind of use that to their advantage, going into debates, going into issues, opposed to Trump, who's like, if these people are not already your allies, your friends, where everybody has to be a friend and no one can go against you or have a different opinion. Where I think the Biden campaign will be more inclusive with everybody. Like, hey, it's okay for somebody to disagree with you. It's okay for it's okay for um, to not have the same opinion on everything. That's where we both compromise and we both come up with something. Not having a yes man, but actually doing some research on both sides and they're coming together to have like a good policy. That's what I feel like the Biden campaign should lean heavy on. If I was them, that's what I'd be like. We're the all inclusive party. Andrew said, I love her laugh. Okay. Angel said she'll connect with younger people with her favorite curse word. Angel, what's her favorite curse word? I forgot. You should type it in the comments. And while she do that, so last thing before I get out of here, I was just thinking, or not just thinking, but I was been thinking about like what we're going to do, as far as like helping with the election, or we always talk about doing something in action. I know the last couple of shows I've been recommending people, to go volunteer to be poll workers and get paid. So I don't know if anybody has done that, or at least find out more information. If you just Google whatever the name of your county is, Board of Elections, and apply or sign up because they're definitely going to be needing people. So I was thinking about doing that. Um, and it says starts with the M and ends with the not a ER. M. You can't get it, then you don't belong on the show. Um, so yeah, so just thinking, we're gonna do registration drives and all this stuff. That's what we're gonna do. By the way, early voting starts in Ohio October 6th. You can start voting early, so you don't have to wait till election day. So something I was thinking about was like picking up. It's dangerous or whatever coronavirus stuff, but like picking up ballots and taking them to the board of elections and dropping them off like in a box. So people that's worried about, and I get how fishy that can sound because if I'm a undercover Republican or whatever the case is. Sorry, my face is blurred out. Whatever the case is, then I guess technically I could do anything with those ballots, but some people don't trust the mail either. So I literally just thought about that on the fly, but I was thinking about like having not necessarily a drive, but just going, people that can't make it out to the polls or nervous about it or whatever. Um, Angel said I thought it was the third. It might be October 3rd. I thought it was the 6th. You might be right. October 3rd or October 6th. It was early October, so be sure to find out for yourself. But I was thinking, like I said, older people that didn't want to go to the polls or was concerned about coronavirus or people that didn't trust the mail, like picking up ballots and stuff and actually driving it down to the board of elections to like put it in the bin. But I don't know. That also kind of sounds fishy when I say it out loud. So I don't know if that'll be the case. But if you guys got any ideas or any thoughts of how we can, help people register to vote, make sure that people vote, whether it's mail-in ballots or make sure they get out to, to stand in line and vote or to go down to the board of election or whatever it is that they need to do. You guys got any ideas? Let me know. I'm interested, and I don't know, just trying to find something we can do to help out the situation instead of just talking about it. I guess like actually try to put some kind of action behind it. Um, I will find out right now. Yeah, so that was my bad. So election day is Tuesday, November 3rd. And Ohio voters can also vote before Election Day. The early voting period runs from Tuesday, October 6th, 2020 to Monday, October 2nd, 2020. So if you want to vote early, you don't have to wait until November. You can start early October and go get your stuff cast. There are 34 states. 34 states that will not count votes after the election. Even if it's postmarked 2 days before, if it's after the election, they won't count. It's 34 states, which is ridiculous. So make sure that if you can, go vote early. If you're doing it by mail, make sure you do it as soon as possible. Get out there and make sure that is, give yourself some leeway. Make sure you get your votes in and stuff beforehand. That way they have no excuse to not count your ballot. Make your voice heard, and just do what you got to do to so that the person that you're voting for will be victorious. It's the most important thing. So, and I'm not gonna say what the 34 states is because because I don't know. But there are 34 states, so you should probably do your research. Anybody watching this in Ohio, outside of Ohio, do your research and find out is your state one of them, and make sure you find out where your early voting dates start, and make sure you get it done because it's crucially important. Remember these last couple of comments. Angel said, "Rally all your family, everyone, to get them to vote." Everybody except for Angel's sister is welcome to vote. Andrew said early voting is October 6th. Okay, thank you. For sure. For sure. Um, so yeah, it's important, man. Go out there and make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that your voice is heard, your vote and voice is heard, because it's important. So that's it for me. 2 minutes over. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Um, we'll see what happens with the Kamala Harris stuff, and I'm actually looking forward to the debates now. So we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. Look forward to seeing y'all Sunday for the normal show. We should be back. Um, Ebony J don't have a show this week, I don't think, but she'll have one next week with special guests and stuff. So just be on the lookout for that stuff. If you need anything from us, you know how to get in contact with us. You guys be safe out there. Salute to the city as always, and we will see y'all Sunday.